Where does temptation come from? James chapter 1 verse 13 tells us, let no man say when he is tempted, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted by evil, neither does he tempt anyone himself. You see, the text tells us very clearly, God is not the source of temptation. In fact, we really learn from many other scriptures that's someone else's job. Satan is the tempter. Satan is the solicitor. Satan is the one who entices us to give in, to be persuaded by sin, and to be involved in sinful activity. The text tells us very clearly that God himself does not tempt us. Yes, he knows it happens. He allows it to happen in our lives. It's very similar to that word again that's used back in the earlier part of the chapter of James 1 about trial or testing and tempting. These words all sort of work together to tell us that temptation is not only something about a solicitation to do evil, but it's also a test of our character and our integrity. And God himself does not do that because God cannot be tempted by evil. 1 John 2, verses 15 and following tell us that basically there are three avenues of temptation. There's the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. Man falls victim to those, or a variety or a combination of those all the time, but not God. You see, lust of the flesh, that doesn't affect God because the Bible tells us in John 4, God is spirit. So he cannot be tempted by lust of the flesh. Lust of the eyes, well, God sees everything. And if you see everything, then how can you be tempted by seeing everything? And the pride of life. You see, what does God have to be prideful about? He created everything. He is superior. This is not so much about lust or pride as it is just absoluteness. God is all in all. There's nothing prideful for him to be tempted by. And so he doesn't tempt us. In fact, he wants us to be like him.